It's Double T from 96.7 The Eagle. I got my old friend, my old buddy, George Boswell. You may know him as Chicken George. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good morning!
How's it going, man?
Oh, life is fantastic. I mean, I can't complain about everything. Everything's been going absolutely wonderfully well. Yeah, it's all good at this point.
Well, awesome. Well, let's go back to 2000.
Oh.
How do you end up, how's a guy from the Rockford area end up on the very first Big Brother?
It was all a fluke. That's all completely it was. I had seen an ad in Register Star, Rockford Register Star, where, as a matter of fact, my daughter had actually seen it.
Okay.
She said, look at this ad for this television show, reality television. And back then, nobody even knew what reality television even was.
It was so new at the time.
Because it was just starting. Okay, and she goes, you should apply for this. I go, what are they going to want with me? I'm a guy that puts roofs on houses.
Right, yeah.
That's all I am.
Right.
I'm a roofer and I'm from Rockford, Illinois. Nobody's going to want me. So she goes, okay. Well, she printed out the application for me, and I go, well, I filled it out with all these just whacked out answers. just
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
You know, I just put whatever that just come to my mind, and we filled it out. And they wanted a tape. They wanted a tape back then. Well, back then, it just wasn't yanking out your phone and you make a little video and stuff like that. Well, I had to borrow because I didn't have, because they wanted a video.
Oh, yeah.
So I borrowed this giant camera from this person and made a video. And it was just a fun video. I just had fun with that, okay? And that was it. And I put it on top of my refrigerator and forgot about it.
Okay.
Okay? And one day she comes in and she goes, Dad, what'd you ever do with all this stuff that we were made of? Because we just did it for fun. That's all it was just fun. I go, well, it's on top of the refrigerator. He goes, you know, the deadline's today. And it's got to be in California. And I go, they're not going to want me. He said, forget about it.
Right.
She goes, well, you did it. Mail it. So I went down to the post office.
Okay.
Okay. Got in my car, went down to the post office, go up to the clerk, and the clerk goes, she goes, I knew the lady at the post office. She goes, hey, George, you know this is going to cost you $15 to fly this thing to California overnight. Ah, man, forget about it. Forget about
Not paying that.
That's like my beer and Dom's Pizza night, okay?
Right, yeah.
I go, no, I'm not paying it. I walked out of the post office with it.
Okay.
And I go, I'm not paying $15. And then I got to the door and I go, oh, I wasted $15 in a lot of other ways.
Yeah.
I walked in, I mailed it, and I got a call.
Really? How long was it till you got the call?
Oh, it was a while.
Okay.
It was a while because once again, I completely forgot about it.
Right,
you know, because once again, you got to remember, I was a roofer.
Right, you were working.
I was a roofing contractor. That's all I did was put roofs on houses. And I just forgot all about the doggone thing. And one day, out of the blue, there's this person calls from California.
Okay.
We thought it was a joke.
Yeah, yeah. Someone messing with you?
Yeah, so we thought, oh man, somebody's pulling my chain or whatever have you. And then they go, no, this is serious. And I was like, wow, wait, this is actually the thing that I filled out.
Right.
So my wife Teresa goes, what did you get involved in here? You know,
What kind of scam is this?
I just go, well, we were just doing this, never thinking it would go anywhere. And I go, they're not going to do any more with me.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, they take me, they say, okay, we want you to come to Chicago on a Saturday. Mm-hmm. And I go, no, okay. Figure I'll go downtown Chicago, go to that real cool pizza place down there, have some drinks, whatever have you, have a good time. You know, have a good day.
Right.
So I go downtown Chicago, go over to the CBS studios over there. Okay. And I'd never been in a television station. I go, yeah, this is cool.
Right.
I seen them cats on the wall that I used to watch on TV. I said, this is kind of neat. So they sent me down in this room with all these other people. And they go, George, he goes, we don't want you talking to nobody.
Right.
This is completely a thing where you're not to talk to anybody and everything. I didn't care.
Right.
So I go to the bub beside me, hey, bro, what's going on? You know, and the dude goes, oh, man, I'm not supposed to talk to you. I go, oh, man, dude, who cares?
Right,
You know?
right,
It's,
right.
oh man, I got a lot riding on this. And it's like, oh well, whatever. So I go on to the next person, same thing's total silence. I go, well, okay. So anyway, they call your name out. Well, first of all, you go in this room with a whole bunch of people in there. They're in there, and you play some board game or whatever have you.
Okay.
It was one of them ones I played with the kids.
Oh, all right. There you
You
go.
know, it's like stack dice and whatever have you. I go, okay. So then they take you and they interview you. And they just ask you a bunch of questions. And then they say, in the entertainment, see you later.
Right, right.
So I got my car,
Okay.
went and had pizza, had a few drinks, and come back home. I go, oh, that was cool.
Right, nice experience
Yeah.
for you, but then you're thinking, that's it.
But just remember, that's all they say is, see you later.
Right.
Okay? And I go, that was cool. I even made it this far.
Right,
You know?
yeah.
So anyway, I go home. Don't hear nothing from him. You know, everybody asks me, hey, how'd it go? You know, big
yeah, of
deal and
course.
everything else like that. And I go, I was cool, man. You know, no big deal. You know, whatever. So anyway, then I go on ahead. And I don't hear nothing from him. Of course, they don't give you no number to call, no nothing else like
nothing.
that.
No follow-up.
There's an whole thing, don't call us, we're never going to call you. And
Right,
usually that,
of
you know,
course,
that's
of
the
course.
business end of it. So anyway, one day, I'm out of the blue. I'm putting a roof on a house.
Right.
And we have this, it's tore off and everything else like this there. And my, Teresa comes driving out, which is my wife, Teresa.
Right.
She comes driving and he goes, hey, you know that thing you went to Chicago for?
Right.
Okay. She goes, they called. This is Monday morning. They want you in California on Monday night.
Wow.
And I go, I thought she was jacking with me
Right.
too.
You're
I go,
kidding.
oh yeah, here we go again. Okay.
Right.
So anyway, she starts crying. I go, it's the real deal.
Wow.
So we finished up what we had to do. This was at 9 a.m. in the morning, you know, real early California time. By 7 o'clock that night, I was on a plane to California.
Wow.
You know, I'd never been on an airplane.
What? You've never been on an airplane?
Never been on an airplane or
See,
anything else.
already you're having a
I'm-
great experience.
And I'm in Chicago, I'm in O'Hare and everything else like this, and I'm going to get interviewed for a TV show. So I go, okay, so I get on this airplane. I go to Chicago, they fly me to Los Angeles, California.
Right.
Dude, I get picked up in a limousine.
You've never been in a limousine.
Oh, man, Pintos, man. Pintos, that's what I'm in.
Right.
So I walk up and this guy's got my name out here and I'm going, yeah, you know. just
Right,
like
oh
that.
yeah.
So he goes, Mr. Boswell. I go, yeah, dude. Takes me over to the limo. I got one
Did he have
little
to
bag.
sign up with your name?
Yeah, man, it was totally cool. Yeah, and I go, wow, this is awesome. So he said, he opens up the door for me. Hey, bro, man, I'll just ride up front with you, man. I don't need to ride in this huge car way in the back.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing is this giant boat. I go, nah, man. So I ride in this car with him. He takes me downtown to one of these swanky LA motels.
Right.
You know, I'm total Motel 6, man, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You know. So anyway, I go in. They put me in there. And they go, okay, we got to be ready for you in the morning. So I didn't even know what they were going to do to me or anything else like that.
Right.
So first thing they do is they take you to a psychiatrist.
Okay.
Okay, so I get in the car.
How'd you get through that?
That's what I'm saying. They sit down, they ask you 100 questions about.
Right.
They ask you about 100 questions about what all that you've done and everything else like that. And they go, well, so much for this show.
I'm done.
Yeah, you know, that's it. Then they took me to a hospital.
Okay.
And I hadn't had a physical for 20 years.
Right.
So they take me in, they give me a physical, do all this other stuff and everything else like that. Then they go, okay, you're done for the day. Keep in mind,
Right.
you know. So then, the next day, pick me up in a limo again.
Okay.
And I'm going through LA, which I'd never been to and anything else like that. And they actually take me over to Studio City, California.
Okay.
Where the actual show was actually filmed at. And they say, okay, George, you wait out here. And they take you into this, the guy comes back and they take you into this room. And here's all the CBS. At that time, all the executives of CBS picked the people up for the show, like Leslie Moonves.
Okay. All right.
Okay, they were all in the room, and they would ask you questions and interview you and everything else like that there. Because this was
They're really hands-on. in what
this
they
was
did,
at
yeah.
that time that was CBS's baby.
Right.
Okay, this is what they were. This was their baby show. So I walk in, and you got to keep in mind, I really don't care.
Right. Whatever happens, you've already had a great experience.
Yeah, I don't
Things you've
care.
never done before. So, you know, you win no matter what.
There you go. I didn't care. I never thought I'd have any future in the entertainment business or anything else like that there. That wasn't in the cards for me. Okay? So they go in, they ask you a bunch of questions. And that Leslie, cool cat, you know, and everything else like that there, you know, all the other people, hey, what do you... And I go, okay, all good. And then they go, once again, we will see you later.
See you later.
Yep.
Right.
Pick me up in the car, take me to the airport, put me on a plane back home.
You're back in Rockford.
Back in Rockford. I go, this was really cool.
Right,
man.
right.
Got a clean bill of health, seen a psychiatrist, you know. Well, that was
really not crazy. They told me.
Well, that might be, you had to go on the show, maybe you had to be a little bit, but whatever.
Right.
And then he goes, and that was the end of it.
Right.
A week later, I get this call. They go, you got 2 weeks
to
get ready to go. That you're chosen. I was like, whoa.
Now this is real.
I said, what have I got myself into? I go, no, this can't be, this wasn't how this was supposed to be played out here, okay? And so I got to talk to Teresa. I go, Teresa, I go, they want me to actually do this, which you're gone. You could be gone a total of 3 months.
Right.
It's more than that when you do, it's a good strong 4 with everything that you have to do and everything else like this. And I go, what am I going to do with this business? How are we going to support ourselves and everything else like this? I go, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
We have a business and everything else like that. And she goes, if you don't do this, you will regret it for the rest of your life. So I started to wrap things up, get everything in order to be gone. But keep in mind, I could have been voted off. I could have been home in a week.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If I'd have got thrown off the show, I could have been voted off the show. But anyway, decided to do it, of course. And the rest is...
kind of history.
We went into that. We went into Studio City. Julie Chan, of course, was the host back then, which is still the host today.
Yeah.
Okay. I had never been in front of a camera before.
Right.
Keep in mind, I had never done anything like this.
Right. You were a roofer from Rockford.
That was a roofer. I mean, my hands still had tar on them. They're all beat up and everything else like that there. And it was a completely different environment than what I was used to. I had never had roommates before.
Right.
Okay, so now I'm thrown into 14 people living in a house that I don't know, from all different backgrounds, diversities, and everything else.
Right, you're basically the oldest guy in there.
I was the oldest cat in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, they're just normal people. This is cool. I said, let's do this thing.
And you had experience of a lifetime.
Hey, I made it all the way to the end.
Right.
And then I got thrown out. Thanks to your buddy.
So let's fast forward then. Because we all know you went through the show and then you've done some other things afterwards.
Well, I went down. They actually had an all-star edition.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Yep.
Or I call they bringed out the most whacked out people. Okay, well, I was one of them that get chosen for that. I made it all the way to the end of that one there, too. And then lost. But the All-Star Edition was, I really liked that one. Okay. What ended up happening, too, is they changed production companies after the first one.
Right.
Okay. Endemol did. Endemol changed they changed production companies. I really like doing the All-Star Edition because I made some really, really good friends out of that one there. And I still keep in touch with them people today versus the people from season 1. They're like in total recluse.
Right.
I never ever hear anything from them. But the people that did the All-Star Edition were a very tight group of people.
Well, that's cool. So then you get through the Big Brother thing, you do the All-Star thing, and then now what are you doing with your life?
I'm a very blessed man.
Okay,
is the way I would look at it. I've always been fond of cars and automobiles and auctions. Okay? I've always enjoyed that. I happen to fall into this job where I work for Mecum Car Auctions.
Oh, great. Yeah.
We are the largest vintage collector car auction in the world. We run approximately maybe 12 to 15 auctions a year.
Okay.
We deal in everything from $1,000 car to well over millions and millions and millions of dollars of cars.
There's some sweet cars on there. Yeah.
And I'm what you call a bidder's assistant. I'm the guy that's out in the crowd there that says, you know, sir, hey, it's going to take a little bit more money for you to buy this, or can you help me out here? Then you say yes, and I go yes to do the auctioneer up there, and then we get another bid. I go, hey, sir,
I gotta
have more. Can you help me out a little bit more here? And then
they say, of course, George.
Yeah, then you go, yeah. You go like that there, and then it keeps going on and on and on until eventually you have somebody that bows out and that owns the automobile. And what I've done is Mecum has given me a lot of flexibility in what I do too. So I've invented this thing where if somebody buys a car from me, I go sold, just like that there. And then
we didn't scare Rob.
Yeah, sorry about that. Man. You know, so we do this thing, and then but it's a utterly fantastic job. And we have when you had me in here today, next Tuesday, at the Indiana State Fairgrounds, Dana Mecum is hosting the 30th anniversary show.
Oh wow, so that'd be big.
And it's a huge one. It runs Tuesday through Saturday or even into Sunday. Okay. But it's a big one.
And will it be on TV for people to see?
Yes. It'll be on NBC television. We actually have live television.
Really?
We have live television on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Wow.
Afternoon times, of course. I think it's from like noon to 3 every day.
Okay.
But yeah, we actually have a live television show.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, and the ratings are doing very well. We're doing very good.
Well, awesome. Well, George, it's always great to see you.
Hey, you look great, man.
It's also good. You look great, too, man. We'll have to hang out sometime.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure for you to have me in today.
Thanks,
and I enjoyed it, okay?
Chicken George Boswell.
Yo!
Double T.
This is the man right here. Right here.
From 96.7 The Eagle.